So why the new activity at the house today, Chris?
Well, Jesse, we know they fielded 40,000 leads so far and maybe as many as 1,500 new leads. So it wouldn't be shocking to see them go back to the house just based on all that new information that has been coming in. And frankly, going through that many leads, they got analysts in D.C. that are probably doing that and triaging them and working up profiles on each one of them. There's still a lot of new information coming in. So, and then they may have had to do some additional forensics there. Each time they take a look at things, they might, decide they want to take a fresh look at something else. This case is still grinding away in the background, Jesse.
Yeah, could you make sense of the fact that they're saying that this image of the guy without the backpack or the gun may have been from a different night?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when I hear the word sources, it makes me wonder what sources, because this thing has all been redone technologically with engineers at Nest, and it could be that as they did their scraping off layers and layers of overwritten material, that they just got it was written out, if you will. I mean, I'm not steeped in that type of technology, but everything I see now in this case, I sort of take with a little bit of caution.
What about this DNA? They're saying it could take up to a year. Why wouldn't they just say, guys, we got it. You Bigfoot them, you go down to Florida, you pick it up, throw it on a jet, take it back to Quantico, and get it moving?
Well, there's all kinds of issues with chain of custody and quality control. I mean, without any question, Jesse, that slowed the whole process down. You can do a lot more in the FBI lab, and if all that evidence goes to the same place, they got to do a lot of cross-checking with that DNA against people to eliminate family as suspects. To eliminate people who've been to the house. They have a DNA sample from the house. She's been in there for 50 years. How many DNA samples are in there? And the sample that they have may have nothing to do with the actual suspect, but they got to run that sample against everybody that they know that has been in that house. So that's somewhat time-consuming. So it's not getting the DNA profile that I think is hanging things up. I think it's just cross-checking across all of those and eliminating as many people as you can.
When you're running an investigation like this, and every second is valuable, and you got to keep the attention of the public focused on this, because without the attention, you lose leads, you lose interests, and then people don't speak up. When they see something, say something. What do you do in order to just kind of like get it back into everybody's attention? Because it looks like it could go cold.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, the FBI is going to have to draw down its resources. They just can't sustain that level of resources on one missing person case indefinitely. So, yeah, good point. The family, I think, is taking matters into their own hands. I don't think that the FBI had advised them to put out the $1 million reward, and I don't think it's going to draw in credible leads. It's going to draw a lot more leads in, but they're, in our case, and in the cases I've been involved with, it's brought in sort of the nut cases. But it does keep it on the front burner, and that's not a bad strategy. It's a long shot.
Yeah, you got to keep it front and center for us to really dial in, and hopefully we get this thing cracked soon. Chris, great to see you as always. Thanks so much. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.